Good afternoon and welcome back to our Chamber South Spotlight with our partners here at Miami Community Newspapers. My name is Brittnie Bassant and I'm the Executive Director for Chamber South. And today I have with me a very, very special guest, Claudia A. Cancio with First National Bank of South Miami. She's a Senior Vice President and we're so thrilled to have her. Claudia, welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brittnie.
So Claudia is a very good friend of Chamber South. You've been involved with our organization for many, many, many years.
Over 15 years.
I was about to say almost 2 decades. 2 decades. So it's again, she's such a great friend of Chamber South, and we're so delighted to have you on the show. So before we get into it too much, I want to learn a little bit more about you. Can you just tell me about your history, your career, your previous experience, and how you got to where you are with First National Bank of South Miami?
Sure. Well, my career, as far as that, I've been here in Miami since I was 13 years old. So I attended South Miami Junior High, and I went to Southwest High School. And then I went to FIU, and I have a bachelor's in business administration, double major of finance and international business. While studying, of course, while being in college, someone talked to me about, hey, there's an opening for a teller, Flagler Federal, which was savings and loan at the time. And that's where I started as a part-time teller.
So not even out of college, but during college, you got into banking.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And then the year that I graduated, that year, First Union bought Flagler Federal. So I actually became a part of the First Union team, and that's where I started doing some lending and just learning about, a whole new world in banking, and I fell in love with it. So I decided to stay and just build my career, and then I went to Barnett Bank, and then I went to Citibank, and I was a portfolio manager there, and so after there, I went to Bank United. I was there for a few years. I was a market manager there, managed some branches, and
all local to Miami,
local.
Right?
Yes.
So you've been in Miami for your entire career in banking.
Entire career.
And your entire career has been banking. Okay.
Yes. And 11 years ago, I started working at First National Bank of South Miami. And the nice story is that actually at Chamber South, I was on the board because I've been on the board for that long, I would say over 15 years now. My current boss, she used to be on the board, and that's how we kind of, started talking about it and everything. And it was just the perfect timing for me and for her. And, they were opening a branch in the Falls. And I had actually been in that area, in the Pinecrest, Falls area for a long time, and the rest is history.
So did you open that branch with them?
Actually, that same branch used to be, another bank. But yes.
And are you the branch manager at the Falls?
Well, I'm actually, my title is really the director of, relationship banking. So I actually manage all the branches. But that one in particular is my own.
Like your headquarters.
Well.
Yes.
Correct.
That's where I visit her.
Right. So I do manage that branch as well as, being responsible for the other branches.
And how many branches does First National Bank?
We have 4. We have 4. We have presence in Coral Gables. South Miami is our main office. And in Doral, and then in the Falls.
Okay, wonderful. So. So let's talk a little bit about First National Bank of South Miami. We know it's a local community bank, 4 locations right here in our in the area, in the Miami area. So tell me a little bit about First National Bank of South Miami. What makes it different than other banking institutions, both large and small?
Right. I love that question. Well, we've been, here in the community since 1952. So we have a lot of firsts actually at First National, the drive-in, the first ATM, a lot of things.
Wait, all firsts here in Miami?
In South Miami, because that's the city where we were at originally for many years. But yes, we take a lot of pride in that. Number one, though, is being a community bank. And I think all of us that work there, we have so many people that have, a vast experience. We have bankers that have been in banking for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And we have actually employees that have been with the bank for over 30 years, and that's unheard of.
And that's a testament to the kind of organization and company that First National Bank of South Miami
correct.
is.
I must tell you, we are an employer of choice. We do get a lot of people that want to come and work for us, and that is just really a testament of how well, everyone works as a team. It's really evident. You can see it wherever, we are, and the entire team. It doesn't matter, from the tellers, the lenders, the senior team, operations, everyone works so well and with the common purpose of servicing our clients. And I think that's, where we all come together to be able to, give that first class service that our clients have come to expect and we have loved to give. So
speaking of teams and effective teams and what that means, I was on social media today and I saw that First National Bank, because you promote team building very, very, very strongly, because when you have an effective team and a team that works really well together, the job is just going to be done so much better. And so you guys spend a lot of time and effort investing in that with your team. And it's a community bank, but it's a family within that community bank.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys did today, because that was a lot of fun.
It was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Okay.
Yesterday. But let me tell you, it's a daily thing. I think our management team really and the ownership, we all just bring it down to everyone. So yesterday in particular, we had our staff meeting. Our staff meeting is every other month. And so it's a bank-wide, everyone participates. Of course, right now, unfortunately, we can't all get together, but in the past, we always have gotten together. So we do the best that we can. We do our Zoom meetings. But we are very creative. I must give that to, our creative team coming up with a lot of different things. So because it's spring, then we all got to plant succulents. So everyone got, just everything that was needed to do it. And but not only that, that's one thing. Every other month we get to do an activity. It's a team building exercise. But the most important thing is that we do get to celebrate all of the accomplishments, the achievements that all of our employees, do. I mean, it's just so many, from the prevention of, fraud to, because we have the red flag patrol, for example, and we recognize employees who spot, possible fraud or actual fraud. As far as team, we get to recognize each other within the bank. So if anyone has done something, that they've gone above and beyond, we recognize them. And then also when clients send us emails or letters, recognizing our, the service that perhaps an employee, gave to them, then that gets recognized as well. So
yeah. So and one thing that I've always admired about First National Bank is how much you promote your team members, whether it's, this is our employee of the month or our employee spotlight, or we have a new promotion.
Have that too, yes.
This person has advanced, and you see a lot of that where there are promotions from within the department.
Absolutely.
And within the team. But there's a huge emphasis on.
We do have our employee of the month, yes. And they are so proud.
Yeah.
And we all kind of, huddle and celebrate that employee. They get the parking space, that right near the entrance.
But all of those little incentives, those are extremely important.
Yes.
And they lead to build that foundation of having a good, solid, effective team at the organization, at the bank, that can provide the level of service that you want your clients and your customers to have, because they're getting it from the organization that they work for. So when you feel appreciated and rewarded and incentivized at work, it just helps you be better and do better.
That's correct. The turnover ratio is so low at the bank. People just, we have to kind of ask, are you retiring? When are you retiring? Because they don't want to leave. No one wants to leave, I tell you. So it's a very special place.
You've gracefully aged out of our bank. Heads up. Yes. Oh, that's so funny. But that's a great place to work.
It is.
Okay. So
that really is conducive of, us being able to every single day, be at our best and provide the best customer service, to our clients, which is the goal. It is our goal.
And so speaking of that, obviously we do have to talk about what's been going on in our world for the past 13 months at this point. And I know that it was really rough for the entire banking industry, not at the beginning, but when federal relief was available for small businesses and for organizations and companies. You guys carried the brunt of that. I remember what that process was like, obviously working with you with the PPP loans. So tell me a little bit about just how has the past 13 months changed the way that you guys do business? What effect has it had on the banking world? Because there's been a substantial impact, I believe. So let's just talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, yes, as you know, the PPP, lending was at the height of, everything. The small businesses really needed it. That specific loan was, for those businesses struggling. And so, of course, we jumped at the opportunity, to help those businesses. And I tell you, I believe we probably utilized about 2/3 of our employees, I'm going to say, in the entire bank in some way, shape, or form, helping, make these loans, reach out to the clients.
Everyone was reassigned. You're now working on PPP loans.
Exactly. I'm very proud of the entire First National Bank, team. Because we were working 7 days a week. It seemed like we were working all day, all night. We got laptops issued to pretty much, a lot of us.
Because at that point, everyone was still working at home.
Correct.
It was definitely a difficult thing to coordinate. And again, I worked very closely with you regarding that with Chambersat specifically. So I can speak to like a true testament. When I had small businesses and I had organizations and I had people calling me saying that they couldn't get through to their banks and they weren't having that communication. And I remember you were the one calling me all the time, following up, having that diligence. And that's, again, the testament to having a community bank, having a local bank, having a relationship with your banker and knowing that you're more than just a number, that you're a person and that you're a face. So yes, I remember those days with you.
That's correct what you're saying. A lot of the bigger banks actually decided not to participate. And it was a very big disappointment for many clients, that had been banking in those bigger banks and that they didn't get that support, that they needed desperately. And so I tell you, we, of course, serviced our clients first. But when it was time, that we felt that we could also help non-clients, we did help quite a few. And honestly, they've remained our clients to this day. So that allowed us, to gain, a lot of clients that perhaps would have never come to us otherwise. And so they were really impressed with the level of service, because what you experienced with me, it wasn't only that it was you.
Oh, I have no doubt. No doubt. I know the entire team at First National Bank. There's no doubt. That was the service that was being provided to everyone. And that's huge.
And that was on the weekends, at nights. It didn't matter,
And that's one of the reasons. I mean, you think a lot about banking, and that's a big decision when you choose a place that you're going to put, everything that you have, basically,
right.
And where what institution are you going to trust with that? And a lot of people, community banks are not always at the forefront, right? And I think when that happened with PPP funding and being able to recognize that community banks were more in tune with their clients and their clients' needs and what they need. Again, you are a name, you are a person, you are an organization that they know. You're not just an account number. So I want you to tell me a little bit more too, and on that same track, because again, community banks, you think community banks, well, do they have all the services that a larger, more nationwide bank can offer? And
we have clients that are all over. I mean, I have clients that live in Texas. They live in other, places really, because at this point in time, we take a lot of pride in that. Our technological, advances have kind of, caught up with the bigger banks as well. So we have the remote deposit capture. We have the mobile deposit, allowing people to, just take pictures of their checks and deposit them. Of course, the RDC remote deposit capture allows the small businesses to just run through their checks, et cetera, and make those deposits, with the Zelle and just everything. Honestly, we continue to always look for, additional services that we could offer our clients. So we're working on a few more.
Anything exciting that you can share with
No.
us? Oh, okay. I'm not
Surprise.
gonna put her on the spot. But what I'm hearing is that you do have a lot of the services that the bigger banks offer, and that
we do.
Just because you have 4 locations doesn't necessarily mean that you are
we have clients in Miami
bound.
Beach. We have them in Orlando.
Of course.
We have them anywhere, really.
And in today's age, you that's possible. We're
correct.
very digital. Everything's online and virtual, and it's becoming more and more so, if we've seen in the past 12 months. So,
and also because our bankers are very much experienced, I'm going to say, then of course, there's that level of trust, knowing that no matter whether they moved out of here of Miami and they went to live somewhere else, they have remained banking with us. They know that we will continue to take care of them. So, and the lending happens as well, commercial lending, somebody that wants to, purchase, a building, or, that they're going to they want to open an office. We are there to lend them the money. We have lines of credit. We have, different, it doesn't really matter, as long as, we will help.
You'll make it happen. You'll find a way.
Make it happen.
Absolutely. So again, First National Bank is a community bank, but more than being a community bank, you're also a community pillar. And I know that First National Bank of South Miami, is very active and very involved in the community, very involved when it comes to not-for-profit, when it comes to supporting other organizations. So tell me a little bit. Obviously, the past 12 months, there hasn't been a lot of opportunity for that, but just kind of give me some examples of the things that you've done in the community and the ways that you give back to the community.
Absolutely. Yes, like you say, it's been a little challenging, but it hasn't been impossible. So Step Up is a big, recipient of, our, we want to help. So that's a big one. We also have, all the other ones, for example, CIASF, we participate there a lot. Lately, of course, Chamber South, we are always the business champion. We love to participate as well. We just do a lot of different things. Our employees actually, prepare taxes, income taxes for the people that cannot afford, etc. We have our employees really go out into the community and do so many things. And we recognize that, as well. We are very proud of that.
Yes, in the time that I've worked with you here at Chamber South, and through working with you over the past 4 years, I've seen just the impact that First National Bank of South Miami has had in the community, whether it's through donations or charity work or volunteering, or
we have many that are on the board. CFT is another one. Education is a big one. We bring interns, to our bank, and we allow them to, work with us and experience what it is to work at a bank. So we do quite a few. We are in the, FIU as well, UM. I mean, just different places, Miami-Dade College. So it's everywhere. We are trying to, do a little bit. And we have been, I'm very proud to say that we have been selected as best of the best in many categories, private banking, wealth management, community bank. and also one of the top best places to work by the South Florida Business Journal.
And not
we just got recently recognized for that again. So it's, I'm very proud.
That's a testament.
All of those accomplishments.
Oh, of course. And that's a testament again to the organization, to the leadership, because not just the bank. The bank's not the only one that's getting these recognitions and accomplishments. It's also the leadership, I know, at the bank as well.
Yes.
Has a lot to do with that. So let's talk a little bit about Chamber South, because wow, you've been involved with our organization for over 10 years, 15 years. You've been on the board, you've served as chair. And
2 years in a
you
row.
were yes.
Yes.
Claudia has the fun title of having served as chair for 2 years.
Yes.
Not a lot of people can say that. It's a tough position. It's one that will take a lot out of you for 12 months. So for Claudia to do it for 2 years is outstanding. So let's talk a little bit about that, because First National Bank is very, very, very involved with Chamber South, has always been involved with Chamber South. A lot of your staff and your team's very active with the organization. You've served on the board. Your leadership at your bank has served on the board. Right. So let's just chat a little bit about that.
Sure. Like I said, Chamber South has been a business champion, actually. And so as a community bank, of course, we have seen how important, we recognize how important it is for us to participate. As you say, my boss, my COO, has been also a chair. So she understands perfectly what it is. And so I do as well. Our members are actually, some of our teammates have been also chair of Chamber Next. I know I've been, the budget committee, everything.
Very much involved.
The trust committee. Yes. Just all the different committees. So we have really gotten very involved. It is important. We are there not only, to support the members, of Chamber South, but Chamber South, and the networking is important, because that's really why all of us are in there. The Chamber South is really, I've been a member of different chambers and organizations and everything, but Chamber South is a very, feels like a very family type, all of us, whoever has served on the board, all of our members, it's so easy to know you can just call this person for this or for that, and then but today I called someone because I needed, and I asked you for the phone number. I didn't have his number. And, so it could be for
Yes.
personal reasons, for business reasons, etc. But we take a lot of pride as well. We have a lot of chamber members are our clients. And so we enjoy all that interaction and also making a difference in the community.
Absolutely. Wow. You cannot pay for an endorsement like that. Thank you so much, Claudia. But that's true.
Everything that
you said about Chamber South, that's really what we promote about our organization, that it's a very family oriented organization, that it goes past just being a networking organization. You really are pulled into a fold, and it's with a group of people that really truly care about the community, care about making a difference. So that's incredible.
Having also the support though from, leadership at the bank, that, they actually allow me and the rest of us, to actually participate in the different, organizations, et cetera, that we, participate in. So
that's huge.
It does come from the top. I do feel that I have the support. So yes,
that's absolutely incredible. I think we're getting ready to wrap up, but I do want to I always ask for that elevator pitch essence of the organization. So tell me, if you just wrap it up in a couple of minutes, what is the essence of First National Bank of South Miami? Why, if someone's thinking about making a switch to a banking institution, they should choose the community bank, but also the community pillar that's right here in South Miami?
Of course. I think it's that human touch. You perhaps cannot get that at a very big bank. Here at First National, we actually know our clients, we know their families, we know what they're doing. When they're we know everything that they're doing, not everything, but you know what I'm saying. They are not a number. Clients are not a number to us. We know them by name, and they can reach out to us. We actually, our phone numbers are always available, our cell numbers. They can call us at the office and not get a voicemail. They can just, they always can get a hold of somebody if they need to. And that's not the case with a lot of the, the bigger banks. So we take a lot of pride in creating that atmosphere where our clients do feel comfortable in calling us and, actually being helped by people who have been in banking for so long. So I think that makes a difference.
That's incredible. That's so great. Well, Claudia, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for watching. This is going to conclude our weekly Chamber South Spotlight, but be sure to tune in next week. And once again, thank you to Claudia with First National Bank of South Miami. And thank you to our partners at Miami Community Newspapers. Have a great day.
Thank you.